Hey guys, welcome back to the Shabna Show. As you're aware, the forensic postmortem or autopsy was conducted on Adriana Younge at the Jerchong Public Hospital yesterday. And that was after some scans were performed on her body at the Balwansting Hospital. And you know that the result proved that she died from drowning. And this autopsy was conducted by 3 international pathologists. A forensic postmortem or autopsy is not like the regular autopsy, which just check for the cause of death, whether it's a medical reason or otherwise. And in the case of a forensic autopsy, it is checked for when there's a suspicion of foul play. So the pathologists have conducted the test in front of family members, Dr. Caleb McLaughlin, who the family requested to be there, and the lawyer, Mr. Darren Wade. He has confirmed to the media that there is no sign of forced drowning. The body doesn't have any evidence of assault or fracture or broken bones. And he said also that the discoloration or the changing of the skin, the bruises or whatever on the body was consistent with drowning. I know this is hard for some people to believe, but we have to trust these pathologists, the report. We should respect it. There were lots and lots of protests and burning, and so yesterday, after the results were announced, there was burning at places like Pordrine, Danamstel, a little bit at Parika. There was robbery at the Chinese supermarket in Sophia. There was torching our minibus. Then there was robbery at Lucky Dollar store at Vredenhoop. So many other people were beaten and robbed. So while the protesters were in front of the hospital while waiting on the postmortem, they probably felt it was taking a long time. But obviously it was taking long because it's the forensic postmortem, which is more in depth, and they probably couldn't understand that. So they were becoming rowdy and making a lot of noise, and the family came out and spoke to them at one time, and they quieted down for a little bit. Then some other incident triggered them. They started again. The father, Adrian Younge, came out and spoke to them, and they didn't listen to him much because they were already getting very riled up. And at one point they started hurling bottles and bricks and everything, and then the ranks from the tactical services unit had to be deployed there. And while they were there, they started hurling missiles into their van, and the ranks advanced with shields. And then at one point, one of the protesters grabbed the shield from him, removed the shield, and to disperse the crowd, the ranks had to resort to shooting the rubber pellets, and this caused the crowd to disperse in another area, and they controlled them somewhat. But later in the night, that's when the other incidents start, with the burning, the looting, the beating up, the robbery, and everything. And we hope that this behavior doesn't continue. Even the father made 2 TikTok videos, which we saw this morning, pleading for them to stop the violence. He said Adriana was a very peaceful person. She didn't believe in violence. She attended church, and she would not have liked that.
Yes, it was one of the hardest part. I mean, I physically at the hospital and wait for the doctor results. All they just left me know to the doctor, then come back and tell me, yes, the daughter is young yet, and the daughter had a lot of water in her lungs, and I had to send it out to some way to get tested, and I don't know when it's coming back, and when it's coming back. When I hear anything else there, I could lose my mind, like, by being honest, but the daughter want me to do now. It's straight from my heart. Everybody who out there who said I love Adriana and want to be there for Adriana won't like violence. I tell you the truth from my heart. From my heart, Adriana don't like violence. Adriana is not a violence girl. So if you please love me, that you stop the violence. You protest in a normal way, please.
Thankfully, it seemed quiet for now. So the Dr. Caleb McLaughlin, who represented the family, tried to ascertain from the pathologist whether there was any timing regarding the drowning, you know. But the pathologist said they couldn't do that. Apparently they had to send something for testing and they have to wait a little bit on that. So we'll get those information as they become available. Also, the claim of cotton wool being in her nose was actually froth from the drowning. So the postmortem proved that she died from drowning. The whole incident, the protesting and all of this, the destructions should not have happened had the owners of the hotel been more responsible and treat the family with more respect when they asked to search the place or they asked to see the CCTV camera footages, which obviously the owners claimed wasn't available and they weren't allowed to search in the beginning. They didn't show any sign of helping the family, like to drain the pool so they can search for the body. It was just so strange that they did not come forward to help, as you would feel like something happened on your premises. You have to show a little bit more interest in helping the family. Also, there was a twist in the events when the police tried to cover up, apparently, allegedly, by saying that she left in a car. All of these were distractions, and that was what caused the family to become enraged. Not just the family, but supporters of the family who just wanted to know exactly why this girl was there, if she was there, whatever happened. They could not tell because they were not given the importance or the priority, to search or to, immediately after she disappeared. They were not getting the help they needed. Based on the reports, we now have to respect that and accept it unless they do further testing and they can prove that somebody's responsible for whatever happened. And if that is the case, I hope they can be brought to justice. But in the meantime, we just have to be patient, be peaceful, no more violence. Just respect Adriana and her family, and mourn their loss in a better manner. And hopefully everything will work out. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave your comments. I'd love to have your feedback and your thoughts about what you feel about this whole incident. Do remember to like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'll be bringing you more interesting content. So keep on watching the Shabna Show, and thank you so much for all your support and your love. And I'll see you in my next video.